Hi everybody. I want to bring this to you because this is the first one I saw on Star Fox Zero. And evidently, on this one you can swap a gamepad and TV screens in Star Fox Zero. So this allows a lot more richer gameplay. You will be able to probably move around the I'm just going to call it fighter jet for now. Like you would for a drone. You know how the FPV drones, you can move the tablet around like this, and depending on if you bank or yaw or do whatever you want here, whatever the movement does, you can actually make the fighter jet in Fox's control, or whoever else it is, do the exact same thing. During extended play, though, we see a whole Star Fox team land on a colony in space in their Arwings walker forms. Their goal was to stop Andross's forces from regaining control of one of his weapons, a giant robotic gorilla, seen here. During extended play, though, we see the whole Star Fox team land on a colony. Okay, yep. Alright, also Fox can still do a barrel roll. Awesome. When the Arwing is in its walker form. That's weird, but okay. And it can also hover by pressing the right stick. Finally, it appears the Landmaster transformation seen yesterday is called Grabmaster, so there's some kind of Landmaster transformation, whatever that is. Star Fox Zero releases for the Wii U holiday 2015. Are you excited? Well, I don't know where this was supposed to have released, folks, but unless they mean the December coming up, it hasn't hit shelves near me, so they must mean the December to come. And I'm hoping this is a good game. I love my original. I spent nearly 10 years trying to track down an original Star Fox game for the Super Nintendo, I think was the original. And somebody told me there was a beta version for Atari. I've never been able to find it. I know what it sounds like, but maybe it was a game very similar for Atari, and that's where Nintendo got its idea from. I don't know, but I've always heard that there was something for, I'm going to say Atari, but I don't know if that's the right gaming system back then. And you were basically a pixelated plane floating around, dodging comets, shooting bad guys and stuff. Now, I don't, obviously back then, in those days, you were a little blue thing and you were shooting things like in Caterpillar or one of those games, and you'd basically be moving through objects in a black void, and, it would just be a 1D, in and out and everything. But this is what I've heard. I've never been able to confirm it. I've never been able to refute it. So this is the beginning of what I know is Star Fox Zero. And basically it says you can swap a gamepad and TV screens in Star Fox Zero. And it shows this guy doing it here. So let's see this. This is by Nintendo Treehouse Live E3 2015. This is huge amount.
And we're back here on Nintendo Treehouse Live at E3.
Yes, sir.
We're here in the Star Fox Zero cockpit section of the Nintendo booth here on the show floor.
Okay, let's try the
Ships that he's
game.
flying through.
Yeah, he can take out these big ships here. I mean, he's Morgan's using the gamepad here to kind of aim and look around.
Right.
And
It's
then
got that cockpit
he can
view
also look at the screen to kind of like see where he is in relation to everything, or he could just aim it, enemies straight from the screen.
Right.
So
That's pretty cool.
You can see those combos coming up when he hit multiple enemies.
Yeah. Yeah, and when you take out one of those big ships, it's actually worth a lot of hits.
Oh, okay.
Hits is kind of like your score in Star Fox.
Right.
So, if you take out kind of a little cluster of enemies.
Right, so there's kind of a score attack aspect.
Yeah,
to it.
absolutely. So you'll play through once, and you'll be like, oh man, I missed that group of enemies. Play through again, and next time you hit that enemies, you get a higher score and that sort of thing.
Okay.
So it actually adds
Anyone
a lot to the
think this
replayability
looks
of these
like
courses, being able to
Star
get his
Wars
boost
of some
on right
sort?
now.
Ooh.
Nice.
And he's sitting here destroying these big carriers. I mean, some kind of like more.
Okay, so this is the
waiting and
landmaster you're
remain
talking
stationary, and you're just kind of taking these enemies out in a completely different way than a normal Star Fox game.
And you can see that he's got this hover ability.
This hasn't been localized.
Yep, but the text we got on screen, thankfully. But yeah, the voice you'll hear.
Okay, so
Smitty's using like a combination of different. Right?
Well, that's the Gigarilla right there. This game is because you're able to fly and be on land.
All right,
It's
so
all in one
this looks
stage,
like
so-
you can do first person for a little while.
Try out the missions, and maybe if you blaze through it the first time with
All right. What I was looking for in the Star Fox Zero video right here, I could not find. And usually all of these Star Fox videos and the games, and generally this is the promo beginning, so maybe they haven't even added it to this, I don't know. But usually there is a solo level where you are Fox. You are out of your ship, your Arwing or whatever it is, Airwing, whatever. And you are fighting with a, I don't know, phaser of some kind, and you are on the ground. And I've heard that Nintendo is going to do a Star Fox where basically you have to do majority of the game like that. They're going to basically make it like a Zelda game out of Star Fox. Because they've never actually done that before. And they think it's actually kind of an interesting aspect that, maybe the series is getting old and they want to revamp it with some kind of a first-person shooter version. And they want to do it more like the Zelda series. This is what I've heard. This has nothing to do with this game, obviously. And this is what I've been hearing for a little while, like last 2, 3, 4, 5 years. And the idea, I think, is going to be that this war has lasted better part of 20-some years. Fox is getting older. He's getting ready to pass it on to his new number one in command that he's training. And the ships can't move like they used to. Argos or Andross or whatever his name is, I believe it's Andross, is getting older, and this is like the last campaign where they think they can finally win. But the ships can't go in and out of space as much. It can't do this, it can't do that. So you have to fight more one-on-one enemies, and because it's dragged out so long, even the enemies are smaller, so you can take them on personally out of your vehicles. That seems like a good idea, I think. I can't wait.